Today we will discuss how to support a continuous beam when one end of the support is fixed and other end is simply supported. Yesterday I explained this one, the types of beam with different end supports. So this is a propped cantilever beam, this is fixed beam, and this is two-span continuous beam. With both ends support A and C is your fixed, and this is two-span continuous beam with the support A is fixed and support C is simply supported. And this is three-span continuous beam with support A is fixed and support D is your fixed. And this is three-span continuous beam with the end A is fixed, support A is fixed, and support D is simply supported. And this is three-span continuous beam with overhanging at end D. This portion is your overhanging portion, and this is the fixed end at A. Then this is another beam. This is two-span continuous beam with the two end is your overhanging here. So this end is your overhanging and this end is overhanging. Here you see, so here this is overhanging portion. So here you have to find out the moment by considering this is as a cantilever beam. Similarly, this is also overhanging end. So here also you can find out what is the moment by considering this as a cantilever beam. So you know here MB is known and MD is known, and you have to find out only this one. When both end of the beam is overhanging, so and two-span the continuous beam, so that case one equation is sufficient to find out the unknown value. Only this is unknown because this is your known value and this is known value. These two value you can find out from the cantilever end. And here you see this is two-span continuous beam with one end is your overhanging. One end is overhanging. So this is ABC, and here at simply supported end A, the moment is 0, and at B here the moment is MB, and at C here the moment is known. Here the moment at C the moment is known. That is you can find out by taking this is as a cantilever portion, because you know. So how to find out for cantilever? Because if there is present the UTL, so what is the moment at the fixed end? You know, if in cantilever there is present the UTL, so what is the fixed moment at the fixed end? WL square by 2, you know. So when there is present the UTL, so you have to find out what is the moment here, WL square by 2. And if this is the point load at the end of the cantilever overhanging portion, so you have to find out what is the moment here. So this load into this distance, this load into this distance. So this is the moment you can find out by considering this as a cantilever portion. So here also you need only one equation, because this is A is your 0 and MC is your known value, and only this is the interior support moment. So this moment you have to find out, so by taking one equation. So you have to apply simply the Clapeyron theorem to the span AB and BC, and you will get one equation. Then you can, after solving this equation, you will find out the value of MB. And here this is the known value, and this is also known value, and this is the moment of the interior support is your unknown. So here also you need only one equation. So you have to apply Clapeyron theorem to the span BC and CD. So you will get one equation. Then after simplifying this equation, you will find out what is the moment here. But today I will solve one question. So when one end of the support is your fixed and other end is your simply supported. So today I will take this type of beam, one two-span continuous beam with one end is fixed and the other end is your simply supported. So when you will take this type of beam, two-span continuous beam with one end is fixed and the other end is simply supported. So here how many equations is your required? Because the moment at the end A is your MA, and moment at the interior support B is your MB, and moment at C simply supported end, this is your equal to 0. So here there is two unknown, MA and MB. So you have to find out these two unknown. Here you need two equations. So what you have to do here? So you have to introduce a zero span length at the fixed end. That is, you have to extend the support A to A dash. So this is the zero span length, and you have to take A dash as a simply supported. and what is the moment at the A dash? Ma dash is equal to 0. Then you have to apply Clapeyron theorem of three moment to the span A dash A and AB. So you will get one equation. Then you have to apply to the span AB and BC. You will get another equation. Then after simplification of these two equations, you will find out what is the unknown moment at A and B, MA and MB. So this is we will discuss here today. So I will solve one question. So by considering one end is your fixed and the other end is simply supported. You know this is Clapeyron theorem of three moments. So this theorem, this is case one. So when there is a non-uniform section, EI is not constant and no settlement of support. So this is the formula MA L1 by I1 plus 2 MP L1 by I1 plus L2 by I2 plus MC L2 by I2 is equal to minus 6 A1 small a1 by I1 L1 minus 6 A2 small a2 by I2 L2. Case 2, if the beam is of uniform section, EI is constant and no settlement of support. So this case, this is the formula. The formula reduces to this ML1 plus 2MBL1 plus L2 plus MCL2 is equal to minus 6 A1 small a1 by L1 minus 6 A2 small a2 by L2. This is the formula you have to use when the beam is your uniform section or non-uniform section. You have to use these two formula. Then coming to one example, a continuous beam ABC with AB is 10 meter and BC is 8 meter. This is continuous beam. So AB is 10 meter and BC is 8 meter. Fixed at A, this end is your fixed and simply supported at the C. This end is simply supported. It is continuous over the support at B. This is interior support, continuous over the supports at B. This is interior support. The beam supports 20 kilonewton by meter over the span AB. So this is the UDL. So what is the intensity of UDL? 20 kilonewton by meter over the span AB. And a concentrated load of 50 kilonewton at 2 meter from C. Then another concentrated load is present at a distance 2 meter from the support C. The moment of inertia is same throughout. So the moment of inertia of AB and BC is same. I and I, both the moment of inertia is same. Using the theorem of three moments, determine the moment at A and B. Draw SFD and BMD. So you have to find out first what is the moment at A and what is the moment at B. Then you have to draw the bending moment diagram and shear force diagram. And here the moment is your 0. At C the moment is 0 due to simply supported end. As the end A is fixed support, extend the beam from A to A dash. You have to extend this to A dash of 0 span length and support A dash is simply supported. Already I have explained here. So you have to introduce one 0 span at A and take A dash here the support and this support is your simply supported and the length of the span is 0. This one. So this is beam. So you have to introduce one 0 span length here, A to A dash, you have to extend this support and you have to take this as a simply supported end. So here the moment here is your 0 due to simply supported and here also the moment is 0 due to simply supported. So only the unknown is your MA and MB. So you have to find out these two unknown using the Clapeyron theorem of three moments. So you have to apply first Clapeyron theorem of three moment to the span A dash A and AB, you will get one equation. Then you have to apply the Clapeyron theorem of three moment to the span AB and BC, you will get the second equation. Then after simplification of these two equations, you will find out what is the value of MA and MB. This is continuous beam with the 0 span at end A. This is 0 span. Then this is the free bending moment diagram. This is free bending moment diagram. So here this is 0 span length. And here due to uniform distributed load, so what is the bending moment diagram? This is parabolic, you know, due to UDL. This is parabolic and this is the eccentrical loading. So due to this eccentrical loading, so what is the bending moment diagram? This is the triangle. So what is the maximum bending moment at the on the span AB? What is the maximum bending moment of the span AB? This is 250 kilonewton meter. So you know that how to find out this one. W L square by 8. So W you are given 20 and L is you are given 10. So 20 into 10 square by 8 is equal to 250 kilonewton meter. This is the maximum positive moment of the span AB. And here, how you will find out this one? The maximum ordinate here, RT, the maximum positive moment. So you know that if eccentric loading is there, so how you will find out this one? W into A, B by L. So W is your 50, A is your 6 meter, and B is 2 meter, and L is 8 meter. So 50 into 6 into 2 by 8. This is your equal to 75 kilonewton meter. Here you see the simply supported bending moment diagram of span AB is a parabola with a central ordinate is this one. Already I have explained, 250 kilonewton meter. Then the simply supported bending moment diagram of span BC is a triangle with ordinate at E is equal to WAB by L. So this is 75 kilonewton meter. Then you have to find out what is the area of this free bending moment diagram and area of this free bending moment diagram. So what is the area of this free bending moment diagram? You know, for parabola, 2/3 into base into height. 2/3 into base into height. So this is the area of the parabola. Then what is the area of this triangle? You know, half into base into height. So area of free BMD of span AB, 2/3 into base into height, 2/3 into 10 into 250. This is 16667.7 kilonewton meter square. Then area of free BMD of span BC, half into base into height, 300 kilonewton meter square. This is the area of free BMD of span AB and free BMD of span BC. And the length of AB you are given 10 meter and length of BC you are given 8 meter. L1 is 10 meter and L2 is 8 meter. Then apply three moment theorem for span A dash A and AB. So first you have to apply three moments to the span A dash A and AB. Since A is fixed imaginary span A dash A of 0 length and A dash as simply supported, so apply three moment theorem for span A dash A and AB. So here you apply. So this is the three moment theorem: MA L1 plus 2MB L1 plus L2 plus MC L2 is equal to minus 6A1 small a1 by L1 minus 6A2 small a2 by L2. And here you have to take, this is A dash A and AB. So first you have to apply to these two span. So here MA is equal to MA dash, MB is equal to MA, and MC is equal to MB. This is MA is equal to MA dash 0 due to simply supported end, and MB is equal to MA, and MC is equal to MB. Then this is 0 span, there is no loading. So what is the area of this one? 0, A1 0, and what is the area of this one? 1666.7. A1 is 0 and A2 is 1666.7. Then what is the centroidal distance of this one? Because this is 0 span, so the centroidal distance is also 0. Small a1 0. And what is the A2? Small a2, centroidal distance of this area. So this is 10 meter. So what is the centroidal distance of this one? 5 meter. 5 meter. Then what is the length of this one? L1 is 0, and here the length L2 is equal to 10 meter. Then the moment of inertia is same. This is I1 I and I2 is equal to I. Then apply this value, put this value in this equation. Then we'll find out this is the equation. This is the equation. So after putting this value in this equation, so you'll get, this is the final equation. 2MA plus MB is equal to minus 500, and this is equation 1. Then apply three moment theorem for span AB and BC. Then you have to apply to span AB and BC. Here, this is A support A, this is support B, this is support C. So here MA here, this one, this is MB and MC. But MC is 0 due to simply supported end. MA is equal to MA, MB is equal to MB, and MC is equal to MC is equal to 0 due to simply supported end. And you know what is the area of this one parabola? 1666.7. And you know what is the area of triangle? 300. A1 is your this one and A2 is your this one. Then what is the central distance of this parabola? So when you are taking here, this is your left area and this is right area. So for left area you have to take from the left support, and for right area you have to take from the right support, the central distance. So here this is the area A1. So what is the central distance of this one? Because this is 10 meter and the CG is your present at the midpoint of the parabola. Then the A1 is equal to 5 meter. A1 is equal to 5 meter. Then this is the triangle. So you have to find out what is the central distance of this one. But this is your eccentrical triangle. So already in last class I have explained. So how to find out the central distance if the triangle is your eccentrical. So here this length is your L and this portion is your B. L plus B by 3. L plus B by 3. So this is your 8 meter and this is 2 meter. So 8 plus 2 by 3. So small a2 is equal to 8 plus 2 by 3 is equal to 3.33 meter. So this is the central distance of the triangle of span BC. Then here the length L1 10 meter and here the length L2 is your 8 meter. And the moment of inertia is your constant I. Then put this value in Clapeyron theorem. Then after putting this value in Clapeyron theorem, so we'll find out the expression 10 MA plus 36 MB is equal to minus 5749.35, and this is equation 2. Then here you got equation 1 and here you got equation 2. Then after solving equation 1 and 2, we get what is the value of the moment at A and at B, that is MA and MB. So here you got the moment at A is your minus 197.6 kilonewton meter and the moment at B, MB is equal to minus 104.8 kilonewton meter. So this is the moment at the end A and B. Then after getting this moment M and MB, then you have to draw the final bending moment diagram, because here you got MA is your 197.6 kilonewton meter negative. So this is the 197.6 kilonewton meter, and here you got MB is your 104.8 kilonewton meter. This is, and at C the moment is your 0 due to simply supported end, and this is your negative bending moment diagram due to support moment. Then this is the free bending moment diagram of span AB, and this is free bending moment diagram of span BC. This is the positive bending moment diagram. So after overlapping the negative and positive, this portion is your cancel each other. This portion, the negative positive portion cancel each other. Here also the negative portion and positive portion cancel each other. So what is the remaining portion? So this is negative and this is positive and this is negative and this is positive. So this is the final bending moment diagram. Then you have to find out what is the positive moment at the midpoint here, because this is the UDL and this is the parabola, and what is the midpoint, what is the positive moment. You have to find out what is at the midpoint, what is the positive moment. So you know, because you know this end is your 197.6 and this is your 104.8. So at the midpoint you have to find out M, because you have to let us take here this ordinate is your M. So you have to find out this ordinate here. Then after knowing this ordinate, so because you know the total 3 BMT 250 kilonewton meter, and after deducting this portion, you will find out what is the positive moment at the midpoint of span AB. Here you see this is your 197.6 and this is 104.8. So you have to take, because you have to find out at the midpoint, so you have to take average of these two, 197.6 plus 104.8 by 2. So here you got M is equal to 151.2 kilonewton meter. Then 250 minus 151.2 kilonewton meter. Then we will get what is this moment? Positive moment at the midpoint. this is 98.8 kilonewton meter. Then this side also you find out what is the moment here, this one, the positive moment at E. This is the E point. So you have to find out this is E point. So at E you have to find out what is the positive moment. So how you will find out here? Because you have to take, this is one triangle and this is another triangle. Take here the ordinate is your n. Here take the ordinate is your n. So you have to take two similar triangle. 104.8 divided by 8 is your equal to n divided by 2. This one 104.8 by 8 is your equal to n by 2. Then after simplification you will get this n is your equal to 26.2 kilonewton meter. Here you got this moment. Then from this total is your 75 kilonewton meter. Then from this total you will deduct this one. Then you will get what is the positive moment at E. This is 75 minus 26.2 is your equal to 48.8 kilonewton meter. Here you got, but here you see, here there is you are having the UDL and this is the parabola, but you don't know where you will get the maximum positive moment. You don't know maximum positive moment. So for this maximum positive moment, so you will get, so where the shear force is 0, so at that position you will get the maximum positive moment. So here the maximum positive moment is your, you will get at a distance 5.46 meter from the support, and this value is your 100.95 kilonewton meter. This is the maximum positive moment I have calculated here. So this is all about the bending moment diagram. Then the next step is you have to find out the reaction. So for reaction, you have to take separately what is the load is having and what is the moment. So you have to take for individual span, what is the load and moments. So here you take for span AP and for span PC individually and find out what is the reaction at the support. So this is the span A, and let us take the reaction at support A is your VA, and the reaction at support B, VB1. Similarly for BC span, so take the reaction at support B, VB2, and the reaction at support C is your VC. So these are the reaction you take. Then by considering the individual span, so find out what is the reaction at the both ends. Then you have to find out what is the total reaction at the support B. So the total reaction at support B is equal to VB is equal to VB1 plus VB2. This is the free body diagram of span AP and BC. So first you take the static equilibrium of AP. Here you take two equilibrium equations. The summation of vertical force is equal to 0, and the summation of moment about the support B is equal to 0. So here you take the summation of vertical force is equal to 0. So this is upward direction, this is upward direction, and this is the load acting downward. So VA plus VB1 is equal to 10 into 20. This is equal to VA plus VB1 is equal to 200. This is equation 1. Then when you are considering the moment about the support B, so you have to take the moment of all the load and moment about the support B. So here VA into 10, this is rotating when you are taking the moment about B. So this is rotating clockwise, and here this moment is also having clockwise 104.8. Then this moment is your anti-clockwise. So you take minus 197.6, and due to this UDL, the rotation is your anti-clockwise direction. So what is the moment about B? 20 into 10 into 5. 20 into 10 into 10 by 2. So this is the equation, that is the summation of moment about B is equal to 0. Then after simplification of these two equations, you will get what is the value of VA and VB1. Similarly, here you take the static equilibrium of BC. So this is the reaction at VB2, and the reaction at C is your VC. Then you take the moment about the support B. Here also you take the two static equilibrium equation. The summation of vertical force is equal to 0, and the summation of moment about B is equal to 0. So the summation of vertical force VB2 plus VC is equal to 50. Then the summation of moment about B is equal to 0. Vc into 8 anticlockwise, and this moment is also anticlockwise. 8 Vc plus 104.8, and due to this load, this is rotated clockwise. 15 to 6. Then after simplification of these two equations, I will get what is the value of Vb2 and Vc. Vb2 and Vc. Then after getting this reaction for individual span, then you have to find out what is the final reaction. So Va is equal to 109.28 kilonewton, this one. Then what is the reaction at B? Vp is equal to Vb1 plus Vb2. So Vb1 is your 90.72 and Vb2 25.6. 90.72 plus 25.6 is equal to 116.32 kilonewton. Then what is the reaction at C? This is Vc. So is equal to 24.4 kilonewton. This is 24.4 kilonewton. This is the final reaction of the beam. Then after getting the final reaction, then you have to find out what is the shear force at different position. You have to find out what is the shear force at C, just right of F, left of F, just right of B, just left side of B, then shear force at A. So what is the shear force at C? This is upward reaction. So shear force at C is equal to minus Vc. Shear force at C is equal to minus Vc. So this is equal to minus 24.4 kilonewton. Then what is the shear force just right side of F? So this is remain constant, minus 24.4 kilonewton. Then what is the shear force just left side of F? When you are considering the left side of F, so you have to take this load. This load is your downward load, so you have to take this is your positive. Minus 24.4 plus 50 plus 25.6 kilonewton. Then what is the shear force just right side of B? So this is remain constant up to right of B, 25.6 kilonewton. Then what is the shear force just left side of B? FLB 25.6, and this is the upward direction. Upward direction Vb is equal to 116.32. So this is negative 25.6 minus 116.32. This is equal to minus 90.72 kilonewton. Then what is the shear force at A? This is the UDL. So you have to, this is downward force. You have to take, this is positive. 10 into 20 minus 90.72 plus 10 into 20. So this is equal to 109.28 kilonewton. This is the shear force at A is equal to the reaction at A. These are the different values of shear force at different position. Then after using this one, you can draw the shear force diagram. Because what is the shear force at C? Minus 24.4. This is axis. Below the axis you have to take negative, and above the axis you have to take positive. So the shear force at the C is your minus 24.4 kilonewton. So just draw below the axis 24.4 kilonewton. Then this is remain constant up to right of F. Right of F minus 24.4 kilonewton. Then at shear force just left side of F plus 25.6 kilonewton. Here suddenly increases. This is 25.6 kilonewton. Then here constant up to right of B constant 25.6 kilonewton. Then shear force left of B here 90.72. This is suddenly decreased due to the upward support reaction. It decreases 90.72. Then due to the UDL, so here this is increases to 109.28 linearly. Increases linearly from left of B to support A. So what is the reaction? This is equal to the reaction at A. Reaction at A. This is the shear force diagram. So the above this axis is your positive and below the axis is negative. Then you have to find out this one, the zero shear force position. So the zero shear force position you have to find out. This you can find out. So by taking the similar triangle, by using the similar triangle, you can find out this one, because you know this total length is your 10 meter and this is your x and this is your 10 minus x. So if by taking this similar triangle, 109.28 divided by x is equal to 90.72 divided by 10 minus x, then you will find out what is the position of the zero shear force. Otherwise, you can find out also by taking the shear force at a section. You have to take a section. You have to take one section here, and at that section you have to take what is the shear force, and you have to make that shear force is equal to 0. Then you will get what is the shear force position, 0 shear force position. The location of maximum positive bending moment. The location of maximum positive bending moment is obtained at the location of 0 shear. So here you take what is the 0 shear. If you are taking this is the section, then what are the load is your present left side of this section? VA, this is one upward direction, and this load, this is downward force. So this force is your 20 into X. This is upward and downward is your 20 into X. This is VA is your 109.28. 109.28 minus 20 into X is your equal to 0. This is the shear force, and you have to make the shear force to 0. Then you will find out what is the 0 shear force position. This is 5.46 meter. So this length is your 5.46 meter. The 0 shear force length is your 5.46 meter. So here you will get the maximum positive moment. So you have to find out what is the moment here at a length 5.46 meter from the support A. Maximum positive moment at D is equal to 109.28 into 5.46 minus 20 into 5.46 into this is 5.20 into 5.46 into 5.46 by 2 minus this is your the moment 197.6. Then after simplifying this one, you will get what is the maximum positive moment at D. 100.95 kilonewton meter, and this maximum moment you will get at a distance x, that is 5.46 meter from the support A. This one from support A after 5.46 meter, so you will get the maximum positive moment. This is your 100.95 kilonewton meter. At the midpoint, this is the moment, but you will get the maximum positive moment at a distance 5.46 meter from the support. This is. Now you are clear, that is how to solve the continuous beam when one end is your fixed and other end is your simply supported.